Does it hit the pad first? Maybe the way it is showing, yes, it hits the pad first. You can see the spike, the huge spike in that line, and then it goes on to the bat.
Another good delivery. Troubling Rohit Sharma at the moment.
And you can see the footwork, or the lack of it. Now let's see whether the pad has gone anywhere. See, he's there. That's the problem with Rohit Sharma at the start. Hardly moved, you see. And once he gets going, then he's unstoppable. But this is the only time he can be vulnerable. Ball coming back in because the front foot doesn't move so far forward. Once he gets going, he's a terrific sight. Absolutely terrific to watch.
Well, he's has been an outstanding nicker with the bat. Absolutely brilliant. 19 the first match. That's his best so far, and he'll be hoping to get a good start. The problem for India is that they haven't had a really good start from the openers. 1 runs versus Sri Lanka, 28 versus Bangladesh, 13 versus Sri Lanka. That has been the opening partnerships, and that has been a problem. So hopefully India can come back strongly in this one. But it's turning out to be a very good over from the youngster, Abu Haidarani.
Been in good form, Shikhar Dhawan.
A seam bowler at one end and a spinner at the other.
Yeah, good shot. He found the gap. Slightly short, but hit that boundary with a much straighter bat than you would expect.
Yes, he'd seen the fielder there at deep mid-wicket, and therefore he decided to go straighter. Very good shot. A little bit up in the air, but safely away from that fielder at mid-on, and a boundary.
It's a good player of spin. Rohit Sharma has always been. Calls yes, no, says Shikhar Dhawan, rightly so.
Yeah, margin of error minimum on these kind of a surface. The moment you pitch it short, even if it's not too short, the batsman will go and take full advantage. That's exactly what Rohit Sharma did when he picked up a boundary. Once again, I thought there was room for him to cut that away. Hit that straight to the fielder.
And again, finds the same fielder. Ball has been short. He's not been able to pierce the gap.
Well, he's got away with it. Not once, but twice.
Look at the dots percentage for Rohit Sharma, 47%. Dhawan just 25. Shot again, and they've got a field outside the circle at long off. He'll get a single. All 3 teams in the tournament, starting with a seamer and a spinner with the new ball. Akhil Dhananjaya for Sri Lanka, Washington Sundar for India, today Nazmul Islam for Bangladesh. Shikhar Dhawan eyeing the leg side. Now this is going to be interesting.
That's a little bit thinking he's going to be a medium pacer, but you see that last ball was bowled at more than 137 kilometers per hour. That's slippery. Doesn't have a huge run up, but he's got good rhythm. The way he comes into bowl, nice rhythm, and it builds up nicely to the delivery stride.
He wanted the single. Dhawan not quite getting the response from his partner. You can hear that huge grunt as it delivers. He puts in a lot behind every ball.
I've always wondered about that grunt because particularly from quicker bowlers, does it mislead the batsman into thinking that the umpire's called no ball? Because it is like, oh! And if the umpire's there, and if a bowler wants to be a little cheeky, he can do the no!
I guess the batsman very much within his rights to talk about the grunting because he wants to hear the umpire's call, and if it's being The grunt is in such a way that leads him to believe that the umpires call no. Maybe he's well within his rights.
And don't forget that they're wearing these helmets. So sometimes, the hearing is not always very, very clear. But no, I don't think that really happens in cricket. Just a thought.
Oh, it's gone nowhere, this one. Just the kind of luck, I guess, Rohit Sharma needed. But this would have been another failure for him in this tournament.
Yeah, it could have been a stunning catch for Abu Haidarani. It was up in the air. He mistimed it completely. Playing on the onside, getting the two end of the bat, and it went up in the air. It was there for a long time, but the dive was not good enough.
Yeah, low scores in this tournament.
5-wicket haul in all three formats. Tests, ODIs and T20s. And he's also increased his pace. We saw a couple of balls earlier. He bowled at 140 point plus, which has been good. And that's what you were talking about, Sanjay. I think he's gone stronger. And he's also eager to bowl a little bit more quicker.
Got to be careful though. There again, the length on the shorter side. Going to get Sunil Gavaskar as well in this discussion, because sometimes it happens with people like Irfan Pathan, swing bowlers are not quick. As they start playing more cricket, they just want to get quicker and stronger, thereby losing perhaps their main strength. He should not lose his main strength, which was about change of pace and getting the ball up.
Yes, but I think he's like Kathar said, he's looking better. He's mixing it up. This one was bowled at 127 kilometers per hour. So he's without any change. The reason why he's so successful is that without any noticeable change in his delivery, he can mix it up. Bowl a slow one. Now this one's been pitched around the length. Not much of an idea at the moment for Rohit Sharma. He's looking to find his feet. Rohit Sharma, he knows that he's not got the runs in the first three matches. And Mustafizur is not going to make it easy for him. This is turning out to be a very, very good over. Just 3 runs. 3 singles from this over of Mustafizur. Super over this.
Yeah, he needs to finish off nicely here. It's been an outstanding over. Just the 3 singles so far on this over.
Well, that's the thing with length. When you pitch it full, got to be careful. It's with intent. What a shot that from Shikhar Dhawan. Being in that kind of form, I guess. 27 for no wicket.
Mehdi Hassan Miraj is going to be the 5th bowler used, and it's only the 5th over of the game.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. That's a ploy which captains generally deploy. Yeah, that's the 6. Just preempted that it could be a slower one down the track, and what a beautiful shot there from Shikhar Dhawan. Straight past the bowler's head. Mehdi Hassan has been good. He's somebody who mixes his pace. That's exactly what he does. Just back off a length, tuck the batsman up.
You had a close look at the pitch, Brett. Do you think they need to rethink how much they would need?
Well, there's a look at it. See the colour, it's bone. And straight away you just see the cracks starting to open up. Any green grass is gone off the wicket. It's been very dry. It's been very hot here today in Colombo. And I think you will have to adjust the scores, definitely. Certainly pace off the ball, what we've seen the first 6 overs. And it's always hard when the first 6 overs we've predominantly seen scores, well over 50, and they've been off to a flyer most teams. But at the moment here, it looks as though it's a bit tougher to score. So the 180 or 170 par, what we're thinking, could be brought down a little bit.
And also to just add on to what Brett said, this is the 3rd game on the same surface. And as he said, it's been quite sunny today. And the groundsman said that he hasn't had time to prepare the other surfaces because of whatever little rain they've had.
Yeah, the good news is the rain's disappeared. Well, we didn't have any today. Gets underneath that. That's a huge one. For 6 for Rohit Sharma.
It's 58 for the tournament. And just watch the way he gets underneath it. Rohit Sharma's got a beautiful technique. It's almost like a drop kick. 86 metres, so he's got a big piece of it. And that's well and truly in the stands.
Hasn't been amongst the runs, Rohit Sharma. That's his second 6 of the tournament.
Lovely, Miraj. Good, Miraj. Good, Miraj. Come on, Miraj.
And we did see the ball grip a bit in the last game. That was Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. Oh, he squeezes that through. Probably be cut off. Yes. Bowled the first over. Now he's had a change of ends. This is the last over with the field restrictions. Oh, he's deceived him, but he'll pay the price though. Rohit, this is his highest score here in Sri Lanka in the Nidahas Trophy.
Let's watch the way he bowls this. That's out the back of the hand. Just shy of 100 k's per hour, and it did Rohit Sharma. Did him all up. See, he loses the bat in the hand. Well bowled, unfortunately, his third man's up. You can't be disheartened as a bowler if that happens.
Well, you do feel bad. You have to feel for the bowler because he's done everything right. Beat the batsman up completely. The batsman lost his balance but still got 4 runs. Quick, because it went to the man, and when you make up your mind as 2 individuals, you generally end up getting the run. He's been impressive, Abu Haider.
Very good first over. Rohit also has been scratchy. Not the fluent Rohit that we're used to seeing. Made the change Bangladesh. They brought in Abu Haider, the left-arm seamer, for Taskin Ahmed, who's quicker, and he's a right-arm seamer. Well, if you do a bit of homework, you'll come across that Rohit averages 38 against right-arm seamers and only 18 against left-arm seamers.
Nice, Rusty.
Now you know what I was doing. Oh, that is chatting to Rajneesh.
Would your alternate profession have been that of a scientist?
I was chatting to Rajneesh. That's what I was doing. Rajneesh, our statistician.
Yeah, he makes us, and certainly makes us look good and sound good. Getting a bit of shape here. Abu Haider gets some nice angle back into the right-hander.
Fielder in the deep. Gets to him on the 1 bounce.
Ball, Ronnie, ball, Ronnie.
First 4 overs were pretty quiet, but they made up for it.
This is where they've got to make sure that they can close the over out. Still 2 balls to go. 2 deliveries left this over. 7 runs already on the board, as you mentioned. It's a good over for India.
Dot ball. Not quite. Remains a dot ball. Before play today.
He's a wonderful man, Courtney Walsh. Had a good chat to him again today, and he's just telling his bowlers there just to make sure you back yourself.
Yeah, Abu Haider coming in for his first game of the tournament, along with Champaka Ramanayaka, who's the bowling coach. Courtney Walsh actually has now moved up to head coach.